So we'll just start, first of all, just standing. We're going to do a little posture check first. So we'll take your feet hip distance apart, first of all. Okay, so you can adjust it, once we move down to the mats, you can adjust your device again. So if you have your feet hip distance, make sure your feet are kind of tracking forward, so you don't want your toes turned in or out. And then we'll move a little bit, so towards the balls of your feet, back towards your heels, just a couple of times to feel that your weight is kind of becoming more balanced through the soles of your feet. So spread your toes and lengthen through the muscles of the legs a little. And then if you lift your shoulders up and release them down your back, so your arms are just down by your sides. And try and get a sense of stacking here. So you want to feel that your shoulders are over your hips are over your knees, and the knees are over the ankles. And we'll do a little bit of breathing. So we'll just take your hands just to your rib cage. Relax your shoulders down your back. So we inhale through the nose and then breathe out through the mouth. And you can create a little kind of O with your mouth if you want. So do that again. And make it quite a forceful exhale, which can sometimes help with some of the more difficult moves. But again, try and deepen your breath so you start to feel your ribs just moving gently against your hands as you inhale. So inhale and exhale. So keep that breath going. Do relax your arms down by your sides, so shoulders down your back. And then we're just going to take an inhale. As you exhale, we'll lower the chin just towards your chest. And on the inhale, we're going to lift the chin up towards one shoulder. And then as you exhale, release it down towards the center. So we'll do that the other way. So inhale, just lift the chin up a little bit. And on the exhale, release back down. So do that again. So inhale, lift the chin towards the shoulder. And exhale, release down. We'll do that one more time. So inhale, lift up. And exhale, release. And then from here, we're just going to roll the shoulders. So just move them back. And then circle them towards the front as well. So just loosening off any tension that you feel in your shoulders. Okay, from there, we're going to spread the arms quite wide. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, you're going to open your chest and maybe look up a little bit if it feels okay for your neck. And then on the exhale, you're going to wrap your arms around and round yourself in, dropping your chin down. So again, inhale, open up through your chest, maybe look up, and on the exhale, rounding in. You can bend the knees a little bit as you do that. So inhale, reach up, open up, exhale, rounding in. Do that one more time. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, round in. Now this time, as you inhale, reach your arms up, so bring them over your head, and then on the exhale, move over towards the right. As you inhale, back into the center, and then exhale, take it the other way. So do that again, so inhale to the center and exhale, moving over. Do that again, so inhale up and then exhale. Good, we'll do that one more time to either side, so inhale up, exhale over. One last time, inhale up and exhale to the side. Now this time with the arms up, we're going to bend the knees and you're going to push the arms all the way under and lift all the way back up. So bend your knees a lot, take it down and then move back up. Okay, do that twice more, so bend the knees, release, and lift back up. And do one more, and release, and lift back up. Okay, release your hands down. This time we're going to lengthen your spine. So you're going to come forward to a long, straight spine. From there, if you just bend your right leg a little, and then bend your left leg a little. Now this time, bend both legs, pull your belly in, and roll all the way back up. So we'll do that again. So we're going to lengthen forwards. So hands to the top of your thighs. And then when you're ready, bend your right leg, bend your left leg, and then bend both legs, pull your belly in and come back up. Okay, we'll do that again. So lengthen forwards, so stretch forwards. Good, bend your right leg, bend the left leg. This time bend both legs, pull the belly in and roll all the way back up. We'll do that one more time, so lengthen forwards, bend your right leg, bend the left leg. This time bend both legs, come back up. Okay, we're going to take a little squat now, so make sure your feet are still hip distance, feet facing forward, and then just squat down, so we bend the legs, push the hips back, and then move back up. So do that again, so just squat and lift. Now we're going to do a single leg squat, so you're going to lift your right heel and squat, and then your left heel. Good, so lift the right heel, lift the left heel, Excellent. Do that again. So just bending again to where you can. You don't have to go that far. Try and keep your chest fairly high here so we're not kind of dropping down through the chest. Good. We'll do that twice more. And last one on each side. And then just squat down and just hold that squat. Now, if you can, reach your arms forwards. And you don't have to do that. You can always have your hands on your hips. And then if you can manage, lift both heels up and sink the hips just a little bit more. Good, release the heels down and then move back up. So we'll do that again. So bend the knees, reach the arms, come into that squat. Pull your belly and lift your heels up if you can. And then sink through your legs a little bit more. Okay, lower your heels and come back up. Okay, we'll do that twice more. So bend the knees, reach the arms. Again, if it doesn't feel right to lift the arms up, don't. Lift the heels if you can. Sink your hips a little bit more. Lower the heels and move back up. Do that one more time. So bend the knees, reach the arms. Good, lift the heels if you can. Sink the hips a little bit lower. Lower the heels and move back up. Okay, give your legs a little shake off. So from here, we're going to widen the legs a little bit. Turn your toes out. Now we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to open up through your chest, but you're going to bend your knees. Okay, you can look up. And then round in, so you can maybe straighten your legs as you do that. So again, bend the knees, open through your chest. And then rounding in, maybe straighten the legs. So do that a couple more times. So bend the knees, reach the arms, and round in. And one last time, bend the knees, reach the arms, and round in. Good. Inhale, reach back up with the arms. Again, we'll go to the left this time. So move over to the left, back into the center and over towards the right. Good, inhale to the center, take it over to the left. Inhale, center, and exhale, over to the right. Good, lift back up, reach the arms up, and then turn your toes forward. So with straight legs, turn the toes forward and come forward with that flat back. Good. Okay, from there, you can bend one leg and then bend the other leg. Bend both legs, pull your belly in and move all the way back up. So again, move forward, so lengthen through your spine as you come forwards. Good, now bend over to the right a little bit, over to the left a little bit. This time bend both legs, pull your belly in and roll all the way back up. We'll do that twice more, so lengthening forwards, pull the belly and lift your hips up a little bit. And then bending into that right leg. Bend over towards the left. Bend both legs, pull the belly in and move back up. Good. Okay, one more time. So lengthen forward, stretch your spine. Good. Bend over towards the right. Over to the left. Bend both legs, pull your belly in and move back up. Now this time lengthen forward, but we're going to stay here and then we're going to just fold forwards. So your arms may dangle here, that is fine. You could start maybe to walk the legs out a little bit. So you could widen your stance if you wanted to. You don't have to. So we're stretching through the back of the legs here so the belly is drawn in. And then when you're ready, we're going to move over towards the right. So again, you might want to put your hand on your leg and just start to bend that leg. So we're just staying over now towards the right with this left leg straight. So the hands can be on your leg, or you could take your hands down towards the ground. You can even go down a little bit further here if you want to, but just work where you can, when it feels right. We'll do that to the other side, so move slowly into the center. Again, your hands can be high, you can stay high, and move over to the other side. So again, hands on the leg is fine. Maybe move down towards the ground, or maybe bend into that leg and come down a little bit further. But just where it feels right, just holding that there. Well done. And then slowly back towards the center, bend both legs, pull your belly in, and start to roll all the way up to the top. Now turn your toes back out again. So we're going to come into the squat again. So try and keep this time your shoulders over your hips, so we're not kind of sticking the bottom out. So just bend both legs and move back up, and adjust your legs if you feel they don't feel quite right, then adjust them to whatever position you want. And then when you're ready, when you're going to bend the leg, you're going to lift your right heel up And then you're going to lift your left heel up. Good, so we're coming up in the center, right leg, heel lifts, and left heel lifts. And we'll do that again just a couple more times. Good, try and keep your weight fairly centered here. So straight down the middle rather than leaning, so you're just kind of lifting the leg, but you're keeping in the middle. Okay, we'll do one more to either side. Excellent, and we'll stay down this time. Lower the heel, and then this time, if you can, lift both heels up. Good, release them down and move back up. So we'll do that again, so bend both legs, come down. Lift both heels up. Good, you don't have to, obviously. Release down and move back up. We'll do that twice more, so take it down. Good, lift both heels. Lower them down. Move back up. And one last time, so lower down. Good, lift both heels. Excellent. Lower them down and move back up. Okay, come in, give your legs a little shake. We're just going to do a little bit of balance now. Again, you could use a wall. Just work where you can with it. So I'll turn side on. You can stay facing towards the front just so you can see. So we'll start with your feet hip distance. We're going to step back with your right leg. We're coming into a lunge position. So you want the front leg, so the knees over your ankle. On the back leg, you're bending the back leg a little bit. So it's not really kind of straight. You're bending it a little bit. Chest is lifted, the belly pulled down. And you can bring your hands to your hips here if you want to. So we're just going to bend the back leg a little bit and lift it up. So it's just bend and lift. Now you can stay on that. So it's just a slight bend the back leg and a lift up. Shoulders still over hips, belly pulled down. And then if you want to, we're going to bend the leg, but then we're going to lift up through the back leg. And then we're going to lower it back down. So we're going to bend the back leg. We're going to lift up through the back leg. And then we're going to lower that down. We'll do that twice more. So bend the back leg, lift it up, push and lift. Good. And one more time. Bend the back leg and then push up. Now this time, if you want to, you can stay here. Okay, so you could just stay here, flex your back foot, toes pointing down. Keep your hands to there. You can reach your hands back and you can reach your hands forwards if you want to. You can also keep them on your hips. Okay, just a couple more breaths. And then if you can manage, bring your back foot all the way up to meet that front one. Okay, give your legs a little shake. So we'll change sides. So again, we'll step back with your left leg, not too far, so you don't want to be too far. And don't have the feet so that they're so in line. You want to have kind of a horizontal space between them, so it gives you a bit more balance. And then first of all, with the shoulders over the hips, just bend your back leg a little, and then straighten the leg. So just bend and straighten. Good. And if it doesn't feel right, then don't bend it. Good. Do one more. And then we'll add on, so we'll bend the leg first, so bend it. And as you're straighten it, push up off the back leg, so lift the back leg. So again, place the foot down, bend the leg. And then as you're coming up, push off it, lift through your back leg a little. Good, do that twice more. So bending in the back leg, push off it. And one last time. Again, you could hold up this time if you want to. So when you come up, just lift up and hold. So you could start to straighten your front leg. You could start to lift the back leg a little bit, tilt the body forward. Keep your hands on your hips, maybe reach them back, maybe reach them in front. Back toes point down a little bit, so they're not kind of pointing back behind you, but down towards the mat. Okay, and then when you're ready, slowly bring that back foot up towards your front foot. Good, and give yourself a little shake. Well done. Okay, we're going to come down onto your mats now. So if you take your time coming down. So a lot of the moves today, we're going to be concentrating on kind of pinning the legs together and seeing how that changes our practice a little bit. So we're going to start, first of all, just in a sitting position with your legs out in front. But the legs are kind of together, so you want to kind of engage through your inner thighs, push your ankles together, try and sit up onto your sit bones as much as you can, so you're kind of nice and tall, and your belly's just lightly held in here. But what we do want, we'll turn in, is a really straight line between your shoulder and your hip, so we're kind of not rounding back, but we're keeping that upper body lifted. Now the arm position for this next move can either just be here, which will make it a little bit easier. So you could start off with that shorter lever. If you want a longer lever, then we're going to stretch the arms out. So we're going to take an inhale here, so deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to turn around and it's just rotate, rotate, and then inhale to the center. So we go to the left, so it's rotate, rotate, into the center. Do that again. So legs together this time, Maureen. So legs really close together, and we're squeezing in our thighs. You can point your toes if you want to here away from you, but we're sitting up really tall as we do that little rotation. Okay, so it's inhale center, and then exhale rotate. So try and keep the spine as long as you can. So think that you're reaching from the crown of your head, you're reaching through your sit bones, you're lifting up really tall as you rotate down. Good, well done. We'll just do a couple more of these. Last one. Well done. Release the arms. Now, with keeping the legs here, we're going to bend the legs. But again, we're working on pinning the legs together. So the legs are not apart, which we normally do. We're going to bring them in, and we're going to press the ankles together, press the knees together, try and engage through your inner thighs. So sit up nice and tall again, so you've got that straight line from your shoulder to your hip. Really engage the inner thighs and pull your belly in. Hands behind the back of your thighs. As you breathe out, round your back a little bit and roll back. Don't lose that engagement in your legs as you're coming back. Breathing in, move up. So breathing out, take it back. Breathing in, move up. Now if you want to, you can release the hands. So breathing out, go back. Breathing in, come up. And your legs will kind of come away a little bit. Try and draw them in. So through your ankles, really squeeze the feet together, squeeze the knees together, squeeze the inner thighs together, and draw your belly in. Good, well done. Now, I will give options. So remember, Susan, you don't have to do some of the options, all right? Just work with the ones that you can manage. So if you want to, you could, breathing out, go back, circle the arms around by your sides, and come back up again. Okay, so breathing out, take it back, circle the arms round, and come back up. Try and not let the feet lift off the ground, so you're pushing the legs together, you're pushing the feet down, and if it's too much, then you're just going back a little bit and coming back up. Okay, you're working where it feels best to you. Don't lose the connection with your legs. Good, well done, very nice. And we'll just do one more of these. Good. And then when you're ready, when we come back up, we're all going to lower down. So you can either do it behind the back of your thighs, you can reach the arms forward, but we're just pulling the belly in, squeezing the legs together as you lower yourself down. Good, very nice. Okay, when you're ready, bring your feet flat on the floor. So this time to have your feet about hip distance. We're just going to find our neutral spine here. So once you lie down, make sure that you are in a balanced position. So make changes to your position. So you want to have your hips balanced, the right and the left side. Your shoulders should be balanced. Your arms can be down by your sides. Your feet should be balanced as well. So make sure this weight is even between each side of your body. From there, lengthen your spine. So from the crown of your head to your tailbone, try and feel your back getting really long along the ground. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, tilt your pelvis forwards and up. As you breathe in, move your hips back and arch your back a little off the ground. So breathing out, tilt the pelvis forward and up. Breathing in, draw the hips back and arch your back. Now keep moving through that rocking motion forwards and back. And then we're going to start to make it smaller, and we're going to start to make it slower. So you start to think about slowing it right down, and you're going to stop in the middle. So you're neither tilted nor arched. Your back is now in what we call neutral spine, and we're going to keep it there by lifting your pelvic floor, drawing your belly button towards your spine, and also try and imagine that you're pulling in from the sides of your body towards the center. Now take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you extend your right leg away so it goes along the ground. Good. And then take another breath in. As you breathe out, extend your left leg away along the ground. Now again, once you get them along the ground, I want you to bring your feet together. So you're going to then pin the legs together. So the legs are pinned together, they're along the ground. Feel your feet drawing towards one another, the inner thighs drawing towards one another, and make sure you've not arched your back. Okay, so if you have arched your back, then maybe bend either one leg or both legs back in. If you can manage, you can keep your legs long, but just see how it feels. Now we're going to take your hands along your sides, so we're going to stretch them so they lift a little bit off the ground. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lift your upper body and reach your hands down towards your feet. Breathing in, releasing back down. So breathing out, lift up. Breathing in, releasing back down. Again, if you find it hard to keep your back in a neutral position, then maybe bend your legs. And you can either do one leg or you can do both legs, whatever it feels like. But we want to try and keep that neutral spine. Remember, neutral spine is not completely flat, but it's a position that you're able to maintain, so you're not arching your back way off the ground. So just work with it, see how you get on with it. Okay, now if you want to, you do not have to, again, you can stay on the first one, but if you want to, deep breath in, as you breathe out, stretch the arms, lift up, and then when you're coming back, lift the arms overhead, come back down. So we're going to start with the arms overhead here. So we'll lift them up, reach, and then come back down. But again, if it doesn't feel right, just keep your arms by your sides and lift the upper body, breathing in to release down. So again, either here, and we come up, pinning the legs, and then move back down, or by your sides and lift up. Again, we won't do too many, and if you feel it's too much, just work on the one that you can. Good, very nice. Okay, we'll just do one more of these, so just do one last one. Take your time. That's better, she's a bit bright there. I know the sun's come out here as well for some reason. Well, not for some reason, the sun's come out, we should be thankful for that. So when you come back down, we'll release back down. So if your legs are long, again, with your back in neutral, belly pulled down, as you breathe out, bend one leg back in. Take another breath in and then bend the other leg back in. Now from there, we're going to move up to a tabletop position first of all. So deep breath in, as you breathe out, lift one knee up. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, lift through the other leg. Now from here, you can keep the legs in this bent position. Okay, if you can work a little bit harder, we're going to extend the legs up. You can just see how it feels once you get up there. So upper body on the ground. Again, pin your feet together, pin your heels together, draw the inner thighs in. Now we're doing a kind of lengthening move here, so it's not as much lowering as a lengthening. So make sure your back is in neutral, we're lifting the pelvic floor, we're drawing the belly in. As you breathe out, slowly reach the legs forward. They will lower a little bit, but we're not trying to lower them. Breathing in, come back in. So breathing out, stretch the legs away as if you're trying to push them away. They will lower a little bit and then draw them back in. Okay, so it's just reaching them away and then bringing them back in. Make sure your back stays flat. Again, you could come here and do the same thing. Okay, so if you feel it's too much, lower the legs down, still keep the legs pinned together as you're reaching them away a little bit and bringing them back in. So if you can manage it with straight legs, that's fine. Okay, keep that going. Now we're going to change it a little bit. So you're going to breathe out, take the legs away. Now, then you're going to separate the legs. You're going to circle them around so they will come a little bit lower, bring the legs back together and back up. Okay, so watch that again. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, push the legs away, separate them, circle them away from one another, join them back up and pull them back up. Okay, so stretch away as you breathe out, legs away from each other, circle them round, join them together and pull them back up. Okay, keep that going. So breathing out, stretch them away. Good, bring them back together and back up. Good, well done. Let's see how that looks. So make sure when you bring your legs back up, they kind of join together when they're not directly over your hips, and then you pull them up towards your hips. So take them away, good. So Susan, if you can join them together before they come back up above your hips again. Keep going, Maureen, I'll have a look at yours as well. Looks okay. Good, and then pull them back up. Good, very nice, well done. So try and keep the back on the ground. Good, well done. And bend your knees if you need to, very nice. Bend your knees a lot if you need to. Good, very lovely. Okay, we'll do just 2 more of these. And then when you're ready, we'll draw the knees towards your chest. So maybe take a little roll there so you could move a little bit side to side. Okay, we're going to take now one leg up towards the ceiling. So we'll take your right leg up. I want you to flex your foot when your leg is up there, so your foot's quite flexed. With your right leg, you have an option. The easier option will be to put your right foot flat on the floor, so your left foot flat on the floor. So left foot flat on the floor or left leg along the ground, whatever you feel like. Now we're going to do little circles here, but we're going to draw them with your heel, and they're going to be teeny, tiny circles. So we're spreading that left leg along the ground or left foot flat on the ground. When you're ready, just start to create little circles. Imagine you're drawing it with your heel, and it's little tiny circles, and they're quite quick. So breathing in and breathing out, just keeping your breath going. Now change direction, move the other way. So keep flexing your foot, keep drawing it with your circles. Maybe put your hands on your hips so you know you're keeping your hips really still here. Good, well done. And just a couple more. Last one. Excellent. Okay, bend that leg. You might feel it in the front of your thigh. Bend both legs in towards your chest. You can take a little roll. So we'll change legs. So left foot up towards the ceiling, foot flexed. Right leg, foot flat on the floor. We'll make it a little bit easier. Or extend the right leg away. And again, maybe hands on your hips and start to create these little teeny tiny circles. Kids. And we're not moving through your hips here, but we're moving through the top part of your thigh. Excellent. And then we're going to change direction, so just the other way. Keep breathing, just in and out. Okay, well done. Just a couple more. Well done. Okay, slowly release that. Draw the knees in towards your chest. Okay, from here, we're going to keep your right knee in towards your chest, and then take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you extend the left leg away from you. Breathing in, and then as you breathe out, just change legs. So pulling that knee in. You're pulling the knee quite strongly in towards your chest. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, change legs. Now, if you want to, on your in-breath, as well as pulling the knee in, you can lift the upper body up off the ground. So the upper body lifts. Breathing out, we change legs. And on the in-breath, pull the knee in, lift the upper body up off the ground. Breathing out, we change legs. And breathing in, pull the knee in. If you want to, you could also aim the foot up towards the ceiling. That will make it easier. It's a little bit harder if you extend it along the ground. You can also keep your upper body lifted the whole time. So just changing on your in-breath and changing on your out breath. But again, work where you can. And then if you want to work a little bit harder than that, you can create a short puffy breath and it becomes in and out. Good, keep going. But remember, we want to fully extend the leg all the time. Try and keep yourself as centered as you can on your mat so you're not moving side to side, and fully lengthen through that leg. Good, very nice. Well done, ladies. And we'll just do a few more of these, so maybe 6 or 8 more, and then you can have a little rest. Well done. Okay, release yourself back down, maybe draw your knees towards your chest, maybe take a little rest there. So we're going to do a double leg stretch. I'll give you some options for this, so please work where you can and it feels best for you. So if you come back into your neutral spine position, just with your feet flat on the floor, maybe try and move through it a little bit. Lift your pelvic floor, draw your belly in. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, if you lift your right leg up so your knee is over your hip. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, just lift through your left leg. So you've got both legs lifted up off the ground. Now from here, we're going to stretch the arms just by your sides here. So we're going to reach the arms kind of along the sides again. And your upper body can be on the ground. Now take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, 2 things will happen. So your hands are going to reach up and your legs are going to extend up. Breathing in, just bend both of them. So breathing out, lift up. Breathing in, bend. And when you lift your legs up, we want them kind of straight up above your hips and bend. Now if you want a little bit more than that, you can lift your upper body. So we just do the same thing with the upper body lifted up off the ground. If you want a little bit more than that, then instead of taking the legs up, we kind of stretch them out and the arms go overhead, so the upper body is lifted still. As you breathe in, you bend the legs and reach the arms along your sides. So breathing out, stretch the legs away, stretch the arms away. Breathing in, bend the legs back in and reach the arms along your sides. Good, so breathing out, breathing in. Again, the easier one would be to take the legs up and the upper body can go down to the ground as you do that. So you can lift it up here and then lower it back down. Lift it up and lower it. On the second one, you keep the upper body lifted, so you stretch the arms away, but the upper body stays lifted, breathing in to come back in. So out and in. Again, work where you can, but it feels best to you. Good, and take a rest whenever you need to, so you have to keep going. Good, we will do a couple more though, and then you can have a little rest. Well done, and last one. Excellent. So we'll just draw the knees back in again, lower your upper body. Now pulling the knees in towards your chest here, we're going to do a little bit of rolling, and we're going to do a little prep for something called a rocker. But if you want to, you could do a little bit of rolling first. So you could just pull your knees into your chest, lift your upper body. You can roll back and then up. So we go back and then up. And we just kind of keep the body really constrained here. So you're pulling everything in and rolling up. And you can have your feet on the ground, so you don't have to quite touch the ground, but try and keep your back as rounded as you can. So we don't want to kind of be opening up here. Okay, we'll just do 2 more of these. And then on the last one, if you just come up and stay up. Okay. So when you come back up, and I'm going to turn around to face you, you can see exactly where you are. We're going to come in and do this little rocker prep. So the idea with the rocker prep, and I might turn to the side for a second as well, is that you keep your spine really long. Okay, so it's a little bit like the first move that we did when we were doing the twisting. So we don't want to be rounding back, all right, when we're doing the prep. So it's a really long spine with your shoulder over your hip. So the belly is pulled in. So the first option, we're going to take the legs fairly wide here. So your legs are quite wide. And sit up. So keep pulling your chest forward. So if in doubt, pull your chest forward. You should be all right. So what you could do first of all is you could start to just lift one leg up off the ground. Without touching it, you just lift your hands on your front of your shin and release that leg down. And then as you breathe out, just lift your other leg and release it down. Okay, so we're just trying to keep If you use your hands to kind of pull your chest forward as you lift your leg up. Good. Now, if you wanted to, you could take hold of your ankles with your hands, and they kind of go to the back of the ankles, and you can lift one leg up. Okay, you can also lift both legs up if you wanted to. But just see how it feels. Maybe lift both legs. Good. Just lift one and then the other is fine. If you've got both legs lifted and you feel it's okay, you could then extend one leg and then bend it. Okay, so both feet are lifted, you extend one leg and bend it. Again, if it doesn't feel right, just work with the one that feels best for you. And that might just be lifting your feet off the ground. That's fine. Okay, if you can manage to lift both feet up, then work with one leg straight and one leg bent. Good, well done. And again, back of the calf is fine. If you feel it hard to grab hold of your ankle, just take it where you can. Good, very nice. And keep working through that long, straight spine as you're lifting up. Okay, so long, straight spine. So pull your belly and lift through your chest. Good, well done. Excellent. Okay, you can have a little rest, release your legs down. Okay, from here, we are going to come over onto your side now. So when you come onto your side, if you've got a block, you could use it for your head. If you don't have a block, don't worry. If you want to, you can use the back edge of your mat to align yourself. So if you take your bottom arm along that back edge, and then use your back edge for your spine as well. So we stretch that bottom arm, resting your head on that arm. Bring your feet forwards towards the front edge of your mat. And then try and stack everything. So you want to, from your lower body, stack your hips, your knees, and your ankles. So you're in a really straight line. And then lift a little bit. So through the side body, through your waistline, lift up. Your top hand can be on the ground, or you could stretch it overhead. Your bottom leg on the ground, or stretch both legs away so the bottom leg lifts off the ground as well. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, just lift your top leg. Breathing in, lower the top leg down. So breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. Good, well done. So keeping yourself on your side as much as you can. That top hand can come in front, remember. Good, very nice. Keep that idea of lifting through that side body so you're not kind of collapsing onto the mat, but you're lifting up off it. And then when you're ready, we're going to add the bottom leg. So as you breathe out, lift your top leg. As you breathe in, lift your bottom leg. Maybe hold it there, and then breathing in, release back down. So breathing out, top leg lifts. Breathing in, squeeze and lift that bottom leg. Hold on your out breath if you can, and release both legs down. So breathing out. Good. Breathing in, lift the top leg up to meet it. Breathing out. And breathing into lower. So do that a couple more times and feel the inner thighs working here as well. Again, there is a tendency to kind of collapse down in the middle, so keep lifting that side body up. Okay, we'll do one more of these. And on the last one, we'll just lift both legs up. So we're just going to lift and hold, just squeeze them together. Good, hold up. Excellent, 4 more. Well done, and release the legs. Now we're going to do a little movement, a little kicking movement to the front. So again, your bottom leg can be on the ground, or if you want to breathe out and stretch both legs away. Now your top leg moves a little bit away from the bottom leg. As you breathe out here, so take a deep breath in, your top leg is going to come around to the front. You're going to kick, kick, and then bring it back. So it's kick, kick, back. Back in line. In line. Good, again, try not to collapse down, keep your body lifting up off the mat. Excellent, do 2 more. And last one. And well done. Okay, you can release that. Bend both legs here. And we're just going to slowly make your way to your front. So we will do the other side, but if you just come over onto your front first of all. When you come onto your front, if you walk yourself up, so you're on your forearms, you can have your forearms in front of you and try and make it so that your shoulder is directly over your elbow on both of your hands. Spread your hands out. Think about pushing your pubic bone down and spread your toes at the back so your feet are hip distance and the toes are pressing down, the fronts of your toes towards your mat. And then start to feel that you're kind of using your fingertips to pull your chest forwards and through. So as if you were trying to pull your chest forwards. Okay, try not to collapse down through your belly, but rather lift your belly up. So pubic bone down, but belly button lifted. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale. And then slowly release yourself back down towards the mat. And that should release your back a little bit when you release down there. And then from there, if you just push yourself up, so using your hands, walk your knees in. And we'll just come around and do the other side. So we're going to come in and work through the other side of your body. So when you come down, again, maybe use the back edge of your mat. Align your bottom arm. Align your spine against the back edge. And then walk your feet forwards a little bit. So lifting through the side body, making sure your body feels as if it is in line on the top and the bottom of your legs and your hips. Stretch a little bit and take your top hand, reach it over or keep it in front. Breathe out and maybe stretch both legs away. And then take another breath in. As you breathe out, lift your top leg. And as you breathe in, lower it back down. So we're just lifting the top leg initially, just to make sure that you can stay on your side and you don't feel that you're kind of rolling forward and back. And you're managing to keep it this lift of the waistline up off the ground. And then when you're ready, we'll add the bottom leg. So breathing out, top leg lifts. Breathing in, squeeze and lift the bottom leg. Hold on the out breath if you can, and breathe in to lower. So breathing out, top leg lifts. Breathing in, squeeze and lift through that bottom leg. Hold on the out breath. And as you lower down, we're not coming all the way down if you've got the bottom leg lifted. Good, so again, squeezing the inner thighs, working through the inner thighs as well. Good. Keep that body lifted up off the ground. Excellent. We'll do a couple more. Excellent, and last one. So on this last one, once you lift the leg up, we're just going to hold here. So we're just going to hold and lift and pull the body up off the ground. Maybe stretch your top hand over. Just reaching and stretching and lifting. Hold that and release down. Okay, from here, we're going to come back in. So again, make sure you're still lifting up through the side body. Breathe out and stretch both legs away. Lift your top leg a little away from your bottom leg. Deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring the top leg round to the front. So it's kick, kick, and then back in line. So kick, kick, and in line. Good, do that a few more times. And you could bend the leg if you wanted to. Try not to get so obsessed with pulling it round that you're kind of losing this lift on the side body. Try and make sure you're still keeping that little lift through your waistline, lifting in the pelvic floor and drawing the belly in. And try not to let that top hip roll back. Okay, two more. And last one. Good, well done. Okay, bend both legs. So we'll come back over into that Sphinx position again. So roll yourself over onto your front. Walk yourself up onto your forearms. Spread your arms. Spread the feet a little bit, so about hip distance. Toes pressing down, pubic bone down, belly button lifts. And then draw yourself forward. So lengthening through your spine a little bit here. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale and then release yourself all the way back down to the ground. From there, with the hands under your shoulders, push yourself up onto your knees. So we're just coming to high knees here. There is an option for the next one. If you've got a block, you could use it. And you can also go back onto your side again like we did before. I'll show you it first and you can decide where you want to go. But if you have your knees about hip distance apart, belly pulled in. And we're going to take your right hand just down towards the ground. Again, if this doesn't feel right, then you can always come in and I'll show you something else. And then we're going to extend the left leg away from us. So the left leg is coming over. Make sure that this hand feels comfortable. So it should be directly underneath your shoulder. Your top hands can be either on your hip or you can reach your top hand up. As you breathe out, you're going to lift your leg, your left leg, and as you breathe in, lower it down. So breathing out to lift, breathing in to lower. If you find this really uncomfortable, then come onto your hip and lower the arm down and do the same thing in this position. Okay, so just work where you can, where it feels right for you. Okay, to keep that going. So lift and lower. We'll do that a couple more times. Good. Now lift the leg up. This time we're going to move to the front and back. So you're going to tap the foot forwards and then you're going to tap the foot to the back. So it goes forwards and back. Good. So front and back. Good. Well done. Excellent. And just a couple more. And last one. Okay, well done. And then just lift the leg up, just hold it up there. And you can stretch this top hand over if you want to. Well done. Okay, lift the arm back up. Come up onto your knees again. And then keeping your knees hip distance, take your hands in front of you. So you're kind of coming into all fours now. Now with that same leg, with that left leg, you're going to circle it round. So you lift the left knee off the ground a little bit, pull your belly in, and then start to circle the knee around. It's quite kind of fast circles rather than slower ones. And we're just kind of skimming the floor. Well done. And then we'll change directions, so just go the other way. Excellent. Okay, from there, knees down, and then we can just push back to child's pose for a moment, just take a little rest. Okay, we'll make our way back up. So walk your hands back towards your knees. Come up into these high knees again. So knees hip distance, belly pulled in, pelvic floor lifted. And we'll take your left hand down towards the ground. So again, if it doesn't feel right, come onto your side. Reach that left leg away from you. Top hand, you could keep it on your hip or you could reach the arm up. And then as you breathe out, lift your right leg up. And as you breathe in, lower it down. And you don't have to touch the ground here. So when you're lifting the leg, lift it. But when you're coming down, just maybe skim the floor. Again, work where you can. So keep the belly pulled in. Keep the side waist lifted. Good, doing really well. Do a couple more. And on the last one, lift it up. So we're going to move to the front and to the back now. So we tap to the front and tap to the back. So it's just a little tapping motion. And you're kind of in charge of how far forward, how far back you want to go. But keep everything pulled in. Good, well done. Just a couple more. And then lift the leg up, hold it up, and maybe stretch that arm overhead. Good. Okay, from there, coming back until your knees, take your hands in front. So again, draw the belly up and in, so make sure you're not kind of arching. And then we'll circle round through that right knee. So we just lift it a little bit off the ground and just start to kind of rotate it round. So it's just a little circle, it doesn't matter which direction, because you're going to do both. But try and keep yourself balanced. Don't drop the head down too much, so you want to kind of protect the neck here. And then change direction, so you move the other way. So I know you want to look at your knee, but you don't have to. So belly pull down. Well done. And then slowly release the knee down and then press back to child's pose. So just have a little rest. Okay, so from here we are going to make our way down onto our bellies. So you can just slowly come down, just take your time to come onto your belly. And from here we're going to do a little leg kicking motion. We're going to add the upper body as well, but we'll do a little leg kick. So for the moment you could have your hands just crossed over and your forehead down. Have your legs about hip distance apart. So think about pushing your pubic bone down, but trying to lift your belly button off the ground. Now take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, you just bend your right leg just so that the heel comes towards your bottom, and just do a little kind of pulse with that and release it. And then we'll change sides, so bending the leg, pulse, and then release. So do that again, so bend the leg, good, and release and change sides. So that is the leg motion. You could double that up if you want to, so you could bend both legs, pulse, and release. It's up to you. If that feels okay, then do that. Do that twice more, so either singles or doubles. And last one. So we're going to add our upper body. So again, you don't have to, you could just keep with the legs, but we're going to take the hands and we're going to clasp them behind your back. Now, if you turn your head just to the right side, now you can either do single legs or both legs, but you're going to take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, bend the legs, these little kicks, so just pulse. As you breathe out, you extend the legs, lift the upper body, and then turn the head and lay it down the other way. And then we bend the legs, pulse. Breathing out, just lower the legs, lift the upper body, and turn the head. So we bend the legs, pulse. Good, lower them, lift the upper body, and turn to the other side. So you can keep that going. If you don't want to lift the upper body, don't do it. Good. If you want to just relax the upper body, that's fine. Excellent. If you want to move it, then move it. And we're just turning it from side to side. You could do this with one leg if you feel it is too much. Good. Okay, we'll just do a couple more of these. We'll not do tons. And last one when you're ready. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll release the hands, bring the hands back in. We're going to move the hands now to either side of your head. So we're coming into like an L-shaped position with the arms. So we're going to have the arms bent just to either side of your head. And we're going to move the upper body. So again, keep the legs at distance, push your pubic bone down, try and relax your legs. Now if you want to, you could keep the arms on the ground here. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, just lifting the upper body off the ground. Breathing in, releasing back down. So the arms are down. So breathing out, lift up. Breathing in, lower down. If you want a bit more, lift your arms up as you come up. So as you breathe out, lift the arms, lift the upper body. Breathing in to release back down. So breathing out, lift the arms, lift the upper body. Breathing in to release. If you want more than that, then you could stretch your arms out to the side. So you've got a straight arm out from your shoulder. And as you breathe out, lift the upper body, lift the arms. Breathing in, release back down. Again, work where you can, where you feel it's best. Try and keep your head in line with your neck. So you don't want to be lifting the head and looking forwards, but you look down towards your mat as you lift your upper body up. And then if you want to, you could add some legs. So as you breathe out and lift up, maybe lift one leg up. Maybe lift both legs up. So if you're lifting one, just keep changing them. Otherwise, both legs, upper body lifting and breathing into lower. But just work where you feel it's best for you, where you're getting the best work. Try and keep it smooth. So you want the kind of same speed lifting up as you're lowering back down. Okay, so lifting and lowering is the same speed. Okay, very nice, well done. And we'll just do a couple more of these. And then maybe on the last one, we'll lift up and hold. So maybe on this last one, just lift up and just hold up here. So just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Release all the way back down. Maybe bring your hands, cross them over and underneath your head and drop your head down. And then from here, we'll take the hands under the shoulders and we're just going to push up to all fours. So we're going to stretch your back a little bit. So if you make your way up into an all fours position, When you get there, spread your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Take a deep breath in and drop your belly down, and then pull your chest forwards a little bit. As you breathe out, draw your belly in and round through the upper back and shoulders. So breathing in, drop the belly, and breathing out, pull the belly in. So do that a few times, just stretching through your spine a little bit. Try and keep the arms straight so you get the maximum work through your back. And then when you're ready, move back into a more neutral position. So just coming back into the center. So we're going to widen the knees here. So take them as wide as your mat. Bring your feet together and we'll just press back to a child's pose. So bottom to your heels. Stretch the arms out in front of you. So maybe walk your fingertips away. And then if you want to here, we're going to take your right arm underneath your left arm. And if you can, turn your head to the left and then drop your head down. If you can't and it doesn't feel right, then just keep the head lifted. But just stretching the shoulder a little bit. Okay, we'll move back up, so take your time, just coming back up. Walk both hands in front again. This time left hand underneath the right. Again, you can stay high or you can drop the head down, just stretching that shoulder. And then when you're ready, slowly start to make your way back up again. So walk your hands now just back towards your legs. We're going to come around to a sitting position. So we're just going to sit with the legs in front. We'll do a little stretch for the back of the thighs here. So if you have the legs in front, you can have the legs straight or you can bend the legs. It's entirely up to you. But do have them kind of fairly close together. They don't have to be touching. Sit up onto your sit bones. And then take a deep breath in. We're going to reach the arms up here. Now, as you breathe out, we're going to move forward, but we're not coming all the way down. We're just going to kind of hover over the legs. As you breathe in, move back up again. So slowly come back up. Good. So on the out breath, lower down. So again, just hovering over the legs. And on the in breath, move back up again. So we'll do this once more. This time we'll come in for the stretch. So lowering yourself down. This time grab hold of what you can. So your legs, your ankles, your feet, maybe bend your knees if that feels better. Try and relax through the upper back and shoulders. And just stretching through the back of your legs. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale. When you're ready, release the hands and slowly make your way back up. And then staying here, we'll keep your right foot flexed. Just bend your left leg in and take your left foot over the top of your right leg. So we're just going to come in for a little twist here. So right hand onto the knee, or maybe your arm comes around that knee. Left arm reaches up and take your left hand behind you. So just coming in just to rotate round a little bit through your belly button. And then when you're ready, we'll release that, so come back to the middle. And we'll just change sides, so both legs long along the ground first. Left foot flex and bend your right leg in. So right leg over left. Again, use your left hand or your left arm to draw yourself round. And then reach up through your right hand, just take that behind you. Well done. And then move back towards the middle. And you can release the legs, you can have them long, or you could bend your legs, cross them over, whatever feels right to you. And just come in and just relax your shoulders a little bit. And then slowly lower your chin just towards your chest. When you're ready, lift your chin back up. And then we'll just drop your ear just down towards one shoulder. So just stretching through the side of your neck. Move that back to the centre. We'll just go the other way now. And then into the middle once more. And then from here, just roll your shoulders. So just nice and easy towards the back. And then to the front. Well done. Okay, that is you, ladies. Thank you very much indeed. Any questions at all, please just ask. We'll try and help. You can unmute yourself now. So any questions, just ask otherwise.